Takip eden tüm vatandaşlarıma
I send my greetings and love to all my citizens who follow us. From Asia to Africa, from the Balkans to the Caucasus, I respectfully greet all our brothers and sisters across the world whose hearts beat together with our nation. Dear friends, every event we experience once again reveals that Turkey possesses greatness, influence, and a circle of affection far beyond its borders. We saw this once more after our military cargo plane crashed in the Sinigi region near the Azerbaijan-Georgia border on its return from victory celebrations. We received messages of condolence and solidarity from all around the world, especially from brotherly countries. Particularly Georgia and Azerbaijan mobilized all their means from the very first moment of the tragedy. They cooperated fully in transporting search and rescue teams, locating the wreckage, and ensuring the security of the crash site. We reached the plane's black box and the bodies of our martyrs in a short time. On Friday, we brought our martyrs to our country to bid them farewell to their eternal resting places. With the participation of our ministers, members of parliament, civil and military officials, and our citizens, we performed our final duty to our martyrs. Once again, I respectfully commemorate our heroic soldiers whose cherished memories we will always keep alive, and I pray to Almighty Allah for mercy on each of them. I likewise pray for the pilot of our Ministry of Forestry's firefighting aircraft who was martyred in the crash upon returning from Croatia. As the poet says, a flag becomes a flag only with the blood on it. If there are those who die for it, the land becomes a homeland. This truth has not changed for centuries, and it will not change. Just as it has been for 1,000 years, there are many sons of the homeland today who carry out their duties at the cost of their lives for the peace of our nation and the survival of our state, both within and beyond our borders. I pray that God protects them all, guards them, and keeps harm away from them. In light of the data collected by our accident investigation team and the examination of the black box, we will clearly see why the tragic incident that claimed 20 of our lives occurred. We will share these findings transparently with the public, especially with the families of the martyrs. On this occasion, I thank all friendly and brotherly countries who called or sent messages to share our sorrow. I would also like to express the following. As noble as it is to reach the rank of martyrdom, the highest rank after prophethood, it is equally a great virtue for those left behind to show patience. As a member of this nation, I say openly that it is impossible not to be moved by the composure, dignity, patience, and strength of the families of our martyrs. May God be pleased with all of my brothers and sisters who do not allow their resilience to falter despite the burning anguish in their hearts. Dear members of the press, dear friends, as the Cabinet, we serve with love all 783,000 square kilometers of the Republic of Turkey and each of our 86 million people. As representatives of an understanding that sees service to the people as service to the truth, we work tirelessly and add new accomplishments each day. We spent the last 2 weeks since our previous Cabinet meeting in a very productive way. On November 4th, we accepted the letters of credence of the ambassadors appointed to our country. The next day, we held our party's group meeting with great enthusiasm. The Library 5.0 and Human-Centered Digital Transformation International Conference, held on November 6th, helped us see new trends in this field. We were very pleased to host distinguished guests from Turkey and around the world at our presidential nation's library. The nation's library, which we opened in Ankara 5 years ago, has become the world's third largest library with a total of 141,700,000 resources. Just last year, we hosted 2 million visitors, most of them young people, in our library. As of November 15th, we have welcomed a total of 8,650,000 visitors. As you know, we offer 2 meals of soup per day to guests who study, write, conduct research, or prepare for exams in our library. We also offer 15 types of beverages and cakes to our visitors free of charge. Since the beginning of the year, we have provided 7,340,000 free servings. This point is also noteworthy. The current number of members of our public libraries has reached 7.6 million, and the number of books 25.6 million. With the 800,000 new books currently being distributed, we will increase this number to 26.4 million by the end of the year. Even these numbers alone reveal the great difference in vision between us and the opposition. While our political rivals see young people as mere tools to justify their corruption, we consider our youth to be our future and work tirelessly to ensure that they receive the best education in every field. We spare no sacrifice to raise a generation that is well educated, equipped with knowledge and wisdom, and loyal to national and spiritual values. As long as our young people read, research, and develop themselves, we will continue serving them with this consciousness. Dear friends, on November 8th, we were in Baku to celebrate Victory Day with our Azerbaijani brothers and to attend the victory parade held in Freedom Square. We commemorated with mercy our martyrs who fell for the liberation of Karabakh, and expressed our gratitude to our heroic veterans during the 44-day Homeland War. With the principle of two states, one nation, we will continue to stand with dear Azerbaijan with all our means in good days and bad. We will not hesitate to do whatever is necessary for establishing lasting peace in the South Caucasus and accelerating economic development. On November 10, we once again commemorated with respect the founder of our republic and its first president, Ghazi Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, on the 87th anniversary of his passing. Throughout our governments, guided by the principle that there is no mastery over the nation, there is service, we have not allowed anyone to act like a patron, to wag their finger at our people, or to look down on the Anatolian people. We have worked with all our strength to make the Republic of Turkey, the latest link in the chain of states we have built on these lands, eternally victorious and successful. We transformed a country that once could not produce even a sewing needle into the world's 17th largest economy and Europe's 7th largest. In the second quarter of 2025, per capita income reached $17,000. In 2002, we could export only $36 billion annually. As of October 2025, our annualized exports reached a record $270.2 billion. Our services exports rose from $14 billion to $121.6 billion. In the defense industry, Turkey, which was once 80% dependent on foreign sources, has risen today to a level admired by the world. We are now among the top 3 countries in UAV and UCAV production. We achieved not only economic progress but also a transformation in democracy. We replaced the fascist mindset that plagued politics since the 1940s with a model where national will truly prevails. With our historic reforms, we tore down the walls that the single-party mentality had erected between the republic and the people, between the state and the nation. I express with great pride that today Turkey, under the leadership of competent, honest, hard-working cadres, is living the most productive years of the last century in terms of services and achievements in every field. Our vision for the century of Turkey is becoming a reality step by step. God willing, we will not allow any internal or external saboteur, any group serving as a subcontractor to imperialists, to hinder this blessed march. Dear friends, on November 11th, National Afforestation Day, we planted 14,914,000 saplings across the country. I thank each of the 1,280,000 citizens who joined our Green Homeland campaign. On the same day, we opened the Urbanism Summit, which our party held at our headquarters with the theme of human and space. On November 13th, we hosted Mr. Tufan Erherman and his spouse in Ankara for his first official overseas visit after being elected President of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. We discussed with Mr. President possible joint steps toward a fair, lasting, and reality-based solution to our national cause in Cyprus. Mr. Erherman's recent messages to the Greek Cypriot side, emphasizing that the Turkish Cypriots will not compromise their sovereign equality, are important. We view attempts to recycle proposals that have been tried countless times in the past with no result as a waste of time. The solution to the Cyprus issue, as we have repeatedly emphasized, lies in the coexistence of two states. If the Greek Cypriot side also demonstrates the courage, will, and constructive attitude that the Turkish Cypriots have shown from the very beginning, a lasting, fair, and realistic solution based on sovereign equality and equal international status can be found on the island. Otherwise, no solution can be built on injustice. On this occasion, we once again congratulate the 42nd anniversary of the proclamation of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus and commemorate with mercy all our soldiers and fighters who were martyred for the safety and well-being of the Turkish Cypriots. On November 14th, at the Ataturk Cultural Center, we inaugurated the International Human Rights Conference and the Reverberations exhibition organized by the Sul Yüksel Senler Foundation and the Dr. Bitu Sabaz Center. On Saturday, November 15th, we were in Ajuman. We continue rapidly to heal the wounds of our earthquake-affected regions. In September, we held the draw for our 304,000th disaster housing unit in Malaysia. In Ajuman, we rejoiced in delivering the keys to our 350,000th home. In one go, we delivered a total of 45,342 homes and workplaces. By the end of the year, we aim to deliver a total of 43,573 more homes and workplaces in Ajuman. Our target for all 11 provinces is to hand over 453,000 independent units by the beginning of the year. God willing, we will work day and night until we leave no rightful owner without a home. Meanwhile, we are witnessing the desperate attempts of those who try to discredit services that everyone acknowledges with admiration. Those who are incapable of placing even a single stone upon another are slandering the record-breaking reconstruction and revival efforts in the earthquake region. Not only do they avoid contributing, they also speak ill of the labor of our engineers and workers who toil at construction sites 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is no point speaking to those who see doing actual work as producing animations. May God not let anyone fall to the level of lying or slandering sincere efforts simply because of political or ideological fanaticism. With God's permission, we will ignore them and focus solely on our work. Once again, I wish that the homes and workplaces whose keys we have delivered bring good fortune to our earthquake victims. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the matters our government treats with utmost sensitivity is access to clean and healthy food and food safety. We strive to do whatever is necessary to ensure that there is no fraud or deceit in the products purchased by our people. The counterfeit and adulterated unhealthy products detected during inspections are now published instantly by our Ministry of Agriculture. When we look at the debates in the media following the tragic incident in Istanbul where 2 children and 3 expatriates lost their lives, we once again see how justified and correct our sensitivity on this matter is. The investigation into the incident that claimed the lives of 3 of our people is currently continuing in a multidimensional manner. Our law enforcement and prosecutors will conduct the necessary examinations and determine the cause of the deaths. But here we also witness a double standard. Last year, when our state institutions detected fraud and adulteration in products, including those of some famous brands, they were mercilessly criticized by the main opposition. Today, the same circles are again targeting these institutions. Yet, we ensure that necessary inspections are performed meticulously at every step of the long journey from the field to the table by our inspectors. We carefully evaluate reports and complaints from our citizens. When we detect any problem, inconvenience, or violation of regulations, we do not show leniency to anyone. Here, I would like to share some figures that reflect our sensitivity. Dear members of the press, in the work carried out across the country in 2025, exactly 1,103,000 food inspections were conducted. Every detail, from registration and approval to hygiene, traceability, and storage conditions, was examined one by one. A total administrative fine of 2,206 million lira was imposed on 25,750 businesses found to be non-compliant. That was not all. We referred 495 cases constituting criminal offenses to the public prosecutors. To increase our transparency to our nation, we have also introduced new practices. We already announce instantly the list of counterfeit and adulterated products that used to be published periodically. Thus, we enable our citizens to immediately see the fraud committed by penalized businesses. Another important innovation is the QR code application in food establishments. Our citizens can instantly learn when an establishment was last inspected and under what conditions simply by scanning a QR code. We will continue without slowing our efforts to ensure that every bite reaching the tables of our people is lawful, healthy, and safe. Alongside healthy and safe food inspections, we also do not tolerate exorbitant prices, stockpiling, and unfair commercial actions. In 2025, 470,000 businesses were inspected, and 2.4 billion lira in administrative fines were imposed. In addition, the Competition Authority imposed a total of 11.5 billion lira in administrative fines on 196 companies during this year. I would like all our citizens to know this very well. We have zero tolerance for even the slightest negligence in food safety. Our struggle against those who endanger the health of our people for profit will continue with the same determination. While ensuring that our citizens have access to safe food, we will also protect the rights and the law of our tradespeople who work hard to earn a living. We do not find appropriate the malicious comments accusing our food and beverage sector while the tragic incident in Istanbul has not yet been clarified. My dear citizens, dear friends, Turkey, the heir of an empire, is a very great state. The Turkish nation is also a nation with great goals and dreams. To achieve these goals, we pursue a multidimensional policy both at home and abroad. We strive to live in peace with all our friends and brothers with whom we share the same history, the same destiny, and the same future. From Iraq to Syria along our southern borders, we advocate peace, justice, stability, joint development, and shared prosperity. We are pleased that the elections of the Iraqi Council of Representatives held on November 11 in our neighbor Iraq took place peacefully and smoothly. We hope the elections will be beneficial for the Iraqi people, and we emphasize that we will continue to stand by our Iraqi brothers. We are pleased to follow the momentum Syria has gained in international relations. We maintain our firm stance regarding the implementation of the March 10 agreement, which we believe will strengthen the unity, solidarity, and integrity of this neighboring country. Turkey is ready to offer any contribution to resolve this matter peacefully. As the first anniversary of the December 8th revolution approaches, no one should remain stuck in the past, everyone should seek ways to act with a vision for a common future. Those who harbor expansionist ambitions for our region should not be given credit for their suggestions, hints, or provocations. The reality that he who mounts another's horse will soon dismount should never be forgotten by anyone. As I have said many times before, Turkey sees all peoples in Syria as its brothers and wishes for everyone's peace, security, and well-being. With this understanding, we will continue in the upcoming period to work in dialogue with all actors in the region to establish lasting peace and stability in Syria. We consider it very important that the ceasefire in Gaza, achieved with our country's contribution, continues despite violations. Hamas, despite all provocations by the Netanyahu government, stands behind its signature and fulfills its responsibilities. We see that the US administration, especially President Trump, also adopts a constructive approach in this regard. Although various disruptions caused by Israel occur concerning humanitarian aid, we are using all available means to deliver aid to Gaza. Our 18th Goodness ship, carrying 810 tons of humanitarian aid, arrived at the port of El Arish on Friday. We directed 47 truckloads of materials to the Rafah border gate. On the other hand, with the weather getting colder and the rain starting, the situation in Gaza is deteriorating. The people of Gaza must be rescued from makeshift tents as soon as possible. Sending the containers we have in our country to Gaza will provide serious relief on the ground. Our contacts on this matter are ongoing. Here, I must underline the following truth. Without the establishment of the State of Palestine, it is not possible for full peace, stability, and security to take root in the region. As long as the occupation continues in Palestine, as long as Palestine bleeds, as long as Palestinian lands are seized, I say openly, no country in the region can be safe. The closer we get to a two-state solution based on the 1967 borders, the more the doors of peace will open. The further we move away, the more they will close. I believe this truth must not be ignored under any circumstances. All of Turkey's efforts and endeavors are for this. We aim not to save the day but to build a prosperous future. In the upcoming period, we will work harder, make greater efforts, and God willing, ensure that the path to lasting peace in the region opens wide. May God be our helper and protector. With these feelings, I hope that the decisions we took in our cabinet meeting, from foreign policy to foreign trade, from the economy to security, will lead to good outcomes. Once again, I greet you all with love and respect. Stay well.